Thank you, God, for allowing me to open my heart so that others may open theirs. I am powerful, I am capable, I am enough. Humbling words like, I appreciate the people that only come every 2 months when Rabbi Rachel is speaking. Very, very humbling phrase, you know what I mean? And to have that moment, I guess, of reflection sitting here, hearing people say that about you, thinking about this topic that I've been called to share about today, power and empower. And I was thinking about that as those words were being spoken, that like, oh my gosh, all these people show up to hear what I have to say. Like, that's pretty cool. I appreciate that. That wasn't a like, hey, applaud for me thing. It was more so like, whoa, with great power comes great responsibility. People show up to listen to what you have to say. Like, what is that? What is that power? What does it mean to be empowered? Is power energy, which can never be created nor destroyed? It can only return to where it came from or change form. Is power an illusion? I started thinking about that even just now. I have all these notes, and then, these things come up and you start to think about them. But I'm like, what is power? And who gives us power? Because that's my mantra that I just said for you guys, that I am powerful, I am capable, I am enough. That is it right there for me. But it starts with that moment of empowering myself and recognizing that I have some sort of power. So what is that power? What is power? This is such a big word because I don't know that it can be defined. But when I try and break it down in its simplest form, when I think about calling in that power, right? I think about calling in the power that I have when I come to share today with people who show up just to hear what I have to say. Hey, little rhyme just in there. That didn't mean to happen. But that idea of power and empowering yourself, recognizing that power to me is that divine, universal energy, that breath, that God, that essence that we all share. And when you recognize you have that essence inside of you, you know that's the power that you have. So you see yourself as one with whatever it is that's so much bigger than you, and then you know that you're empowered. But in order to receive that power, I believe we have to empower ourselves first. So in order to have any sort of external power or illusion of external power, dun dun dun, we first must empower ourselves and say, how do I charge? What does that look like? The color of power, when we think of like our energy centers or our chakras, or in Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism, the Sefirot, my daughter is Sephirah. The color is yellow, like the sun. And I think about what a powerful color yellow is. If you see yellow on someone, it's bright. It stands out. You see it in the room. I think about where it lives in our body in terms of our gut and our digestive system, and the idea that our gut instinct is our intuition, which is our godly power, all reminding us that we have something inside of us that is bigger than our comprehension, that is more powerful than us. But recognizing that if we have that power inside of us, then we must be that powerful. If we have this creative energy, life force, the life that gives and the life that takes away, the energy that is, that I think is beyond our comprehension. The power that decides when we take our last breath and when we take our first. We have that power inside of us. But what does it look like to harness it? What does it look like to share it? If we are sharing from a place of being empowered with our divine essence, I believe that power radiates. I believe it's like a bright light energy ball that just makes other people glow up or just straight up magnetize to you. But I also believe that there's contrast and light and darkness. And we're in times where we're seeing the illusion of power. What does it take to be a person of power? What does that mean? We hear people say that they're in a powerful position. Who gives you that position? What does that look like? How do we serve a greater good? And are we choosing people that come from that place of their own empowerment? I think we're in big times of shift right now. And we have a lot more power than we recognize. And we give our power away to external sources, to anxiety, to worry, to stress, to things that don't serve us and our highest good. That we choose our energy and our power. We choose to say, you are worthy of my power. Or you know what? You're not. I'm going to reserve that for me. Because I am a divine essence. And I do have this power that's only inside of me. That I get to choose how I use it. And sometimes that means empowering ourselves. Personally, I think that's always empowering ourselves. I had the humble honor and privilege of officiating a bat mitzvah here yesterday, not in this space, but at Wailoa Park here on the island, with a girl I've been working with for almost 2 years now. And she's an awesome, awesome girl, and watching her go through this rite of passage and being able to hold space for her and to read the Torah that our ancestors have done. And I think about how women couldn't have bat mitzvahs or become rabbis, and here I get to stand as a female rabbi and help a young girl have her bat mitzvah. Very empowering, right? But part of her process that we go through for her bat mitzvah was she wrote a Devar Torah, like a sermon, similar to what I give here, but about the Torah portion for the week. And her Torah portion was Bereshit, which is talking about the creation, right? Our story of creation. And on the seventh day, God rested. And she had a quote in there that I thought was amazing. Her grandma is an attorney originally from Iran, who said that Shabbat was God's first labor laws. And I loved that, thinking about this idea of powering and empowering. That was the first time the divine was literally like, no, we command that you recharge, that you reset. You harnessing the power that I, as mighty source, give you is so much bigger and vast and infinite that I need you to take a day to just do nothing but charge up. Like a Tesla. I don't know. Does that equate? That's the brain I think of. Make it relatable. But that really resonated with me. This idea that we must empower ourselves in order to power anything. And I believe that we live in a time of hustle. I believe that we live in a time of work, miss out on all the experiences and life around you, and go, until you sit there and you're like, wait a second, I missed it all. It's all gone. When you go to traditional Orthodox Jewish households and they observe Shabbat, they don't even turn the lights off. They're reading books. They're chilling with their family. They're centered in that space. And they've done studies that prove they have way less illness and disease, long-term things like cancer, because we are that powerful. If you think about the human brain and the heart and the nervous system and all that, what? That's crazy. Like if you genuinely think about it, your body as a circuit, that something so much bigger than you gave you that in this form to do something on this planet right now. Whew, I'm getting hot just talking about it. I feel like I need to take my jacket off. It's too much power. But honestly, I think that's what we are being called to do right now with where we are at as people. I can't be the only one who is feeling that energy like this. It is not just Scorpio season, it is the world, people. Things are biblical. I remember standing up here 2, 3, 4 years ago and being like, we're in biblical times. Now I'm like, okay, look, see, it's like legit biblical. We're writing history right now in such a big way. I said to someone the other day, I didn't realize that I was part of the generation that would be the last generation to know what life was like without a cell phone. But when we think about history books, that's how it's going to go down. We don't think about ourselves in terms of that right now. I was talking the other day about a congregant of mine who passed, and she spoke at length about how she chose to be an ancestor. I think a lot of the time we forget our power here is we are in the process of becoming an ancestor. We are laying a path and a foundation for future generations to come. We are here with the power that our ancestors have given us, good and bad, to empower ourselves, to learn to do better, be better, and recognize our power. And when we come into that space of unwavering confidence, because you know that something is so powerful flowing through you at all times, we empower to power. I'm just going to go right into this. There are moments in life where we just have to know we have to rise up as others sink low. That we are the hero, the star of the show. We can choose to surrender, let go, and grow. It feels like history just seems to repeat. Our earth is crying as we cover her in DEET. We're right in the kitchen, but we can't take the heat. To take back our power may seem like a feat. Because life doesn't come all organized and neat. Our brothers and sisters still sleep on the streets. We may want to hide or choose to retreat, but the darkness is what we must beat. We deserve more. We're not pieces of meat. So it's time to stand up and rise to our feet. The change that is needed, we must complete. We can't put our head in the sand or hide under the sheets. It seems like it's simple. It's just so plain to choose to think and use your brain. There's so much that toxic your energy can drain, but playing with the darkness, you can choose to refrain. The power is yours. Your mind you can train. Choose to rise up, undo the pain. Let go of the guilt, the fear, and the shame. Choose love, the ego you tame. Just like the moon, life waxes and wanes. There's darkness on earth, a big giant stain. But from that chaos, you can choose to refrain and claim your power, stay in your lane. We must empower ourselves and give power to life. Pray for an end to all suffering and strife. From the misguided beings to the abused wife, to the one who is held at the end of their own knife. Sometimes it's tough, things get rough, and you feel defeated like enough is enough. But you must trust your power, you can handle this stuff. Life will be there to call your bluff. Sometimes it's just like that, you gotta cut through the fluff, and you can choose to resist, grumble and puff, or honor your strength and trust you are buff. Of course it's real, our power to heal. And we must trust this power, for time does steal. We must choose to use it. That is the deal. Life is an onion, the layers we peel. There's so much going on, so much to feel, much we can't see, the lies they conceal. But all we can do is let the divine take the wheel, summon our power, pray and kneel. Do unto others, give the needy a meal. We create our karma, our fate we seal. The power we have, the power to choose, to trust what is, win or lose. Life can be easy, we can just cruise, but that means we don't trust what we see on the news. I don't know why we're here in these powerful times. I don't know how it is that I channel these rhymes, but I know it's the message of the divine, and that this is my power, this voice of mine. This earthly stuff can flip on a dime, and next thing you know, we're standing in line, paying for others who committed the crime. But in the end, I think we'll be fine. If we empower and empower, let our rainbow light shine. Big change is upon us on our earth today, and I pray we all will continue to pray for peace and healing, come what may, for the power to help bring upon a new day, for the power to say what we need to say, to empower ourselves, our demons we slay, for trust in the power, it will all be okay, and to honor our boundaries, our choice, yea or nay, finding our power, and with it we stay for the next generation to help guide the way. Ditching devices, realizing they cray, finding the divine, choosing never to stray. Honoring our power, our debts we do pay. We have the power, for in the ground we don't lay. And the divine looking out, just being like, hey, power and empower. Mahalo. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. My jacket.